actually began. I know I grew up around junk, with junk, and like hearing the stories behind things is like really what appeals to me the most, besides buying something for $1 and finding out it's worth like 500, which is rare. But going to the flea market on Sundays with my folks down, I guess that was Wilkesboro.
How old were you then?
Probably 4 or 5. And I remember back then, like, getting into collecting glass animal figurines. It's the first thing I can ever remember collecting. I have boxes of them somewhere. Oh my God. Well, they say if you have 2 or more of anything, you're a collector. So I have a lot. Alcohol memorabilia, sewing machines, ashtrays, toasters, wink wink, blenders, coffee pots, books. Oh my God, the books. I have books. Sit and spins. Yeah. Probably the one I was obsessed with the most was my circus press book collection. So before the circus would come into town, they would send out these pre-made books of articles to the newspapers, and all the newspaper would have to do is like rip it out of the book and type in like a few details about the time or the day or the actual location of where the circus was going to be in the town. And I guess there were quite a few of them made, but a lot of them are still out there. They're kind of sort of rare, and they're just neat. Like, it's a good little snapshot of like circus life back in that time and the way they were trying to hype it up and make it seem all romantic and stuff to the public. Yeah, for Joanne, Billy, Elijah, Zach, and Lizzie, I want to leave them the most crazy fucked up treasure hunt when I die. I'm just gonna have valuable shit stashed all over, and they're gonna have to look up every single piece of it. No, not all of them. Well, yeah, I have 5 geese now. A couple of them ran away, but I just go in and I scan real quick. I always look for vintage ashtrays, real paintings, real numbered and signed prints. Then I'll cruise the furniture just in case there's something quirky or vintage there, and that's reasonable. And I'll go over to the jackets. Like, I like vintage jackets a lot. And then I usually hit the books last. And it's seldom that I will go through the albums, but every once in a while I do, because there's some funky shit out there. Oh my God. It's just like, wow, I can't believe somebody actually paid for that at some point, you know? But this is the way I rank it. Yard sales. Because that's people wanting to get rid of their stuff. Just like flat out wanting to get rid of it, and you can usually get really good deals there. And a lot of times it's just like new junk that nobody wants, but then somebody's cleaning out the right building, or they're having a dispute with their significant other, they're going to be made to get rid of some stuff, so they'll get rid of it pretty cheap usually.
Estate sales where someone's passed away?
Yeah, which I don't get to do auctions much, but I'd like to go more. And then flea markets, but you got to stay away from people selling the new stuff because it's just new. Nobody really wants it. Me personally, I don't. Or like sellers that are there week after week after week. They know what they've got, and they know how much it's worth, and you're not really going to get a good deal with a seasoned seller. But with somebody just like the yard seller, somebody goes to the flea market to set up just simply to get rid of their stuff, that's where you're going to find the good things. I knew I was moving into this house. It was my grandmother's. Me and Mom decided to swap out. As soon as I knew I was getting this house, I started turning the 2-bay garage into a bar. And like, it was pretty intense, but rats got out there and broke a bunch of stuff, and birds, and I still got a lot of really cool stuff out there. But I always wanted my own bar, and I lucked up and got one. And I mean, it's pretty cool, but there's a lot of junk out there right now. But hopefully, if I can ever get this show off the ground, that'll kind of be headquarters. I mean, if anybody wants to come hang out and catch a buzz with me and bring some of their collectibles, and we'll just get drunk and talk about junk. Oh, absolutely not. I mean, everything's, I'm getting ready to get deep here, but like everything's got a story. Everything has a story. Like, gosh, if you're religious, I mean, all that's based on the story of. And like I said earlier, I just really loved growing up hearing the stories where mom got this or that and the history behind it. And things just build up this energy, whether you believe it or feel it or not. But I think I feel it. Like you can tell what kind of life a material object has had sometimes just by being near it. Not really saying that I can see their faces of who owned it or who beat who with what or anything like that. But yeah, it's just the stories. The story is the most important thing. I mean, it's what defines us all and everything. Wow. I don't know, like I'll get something and I'll fall in love with it for a good long while and then I'll kind of forget about it. And then I'll see it again and be like, oh, that's awesome. But my favorite item out of everything